And here we go with the challenge round. Today we have Barry Demayo against Paul Demayo. Now, these names are going to be very confusing for me, and I will most likely get them mixed up several times. After all, these are too similar in the facial features, that is, similar characters, two big white men. Anyway, we have the shorter man, which is Paul Demayo, winning this in the front relaxed, although he is losing in the conditioning department. But look at the size of those thighs. Wowzers, my soul. The other dude, Barry Demayo, looks good. Aesthetics are there. Fantastic. And he's close. Needs a little bit more meat in this pose. But who knows what the future holds for these two. Now let's delve into the front double bicep pose. And I hate to steal Dorian Yates's nickname, but this Paul Demayo is a frigging juggernaut. He's like a thick beast. Look how short his limbs are. But on the side of Barry Demayo, he is winning on the aesthetics department, and I do want to give him this victory. I like his physique much better, but I just can't. Paul is crushing him in the arm department and the legs. Oh, wow, that vacuum on Barry Demayo. What a waste. It is losing this front double B, but he's doing so well. Even the legs are good. But wow, this is a juggernaut. He could be a dark horse in this whole tournament, this Paul Demayo. All right, let's have a look at the side chest. And believe it or not, I am going with Barry Demayo on this one. Paul's structure is much better. But this is the third time in a row where Barry is just really winning in the conditioning department. And he is really showcasing it here. Look at that rib cage and the abs there. You can really see the thin skin conditioning. And Paul is very smooth in comparison. And plus, he is close in the musculature department this time, is Barry. Not quite catching up, but he's close, and he's displaying that side pec much better, although Paul's is quite thick. But anyway, I made my decision. This Paul is being punished for the third loss in a row as far as the conditioning is concerned. But anyway, let's have a look at the side triceps. And there should be no doubt in anyone's mind who is winning this. Not only is Barry Demayo not hitting this quite to spec, although this version is acceptable in the IFBB, but here at Mark's Max Muscle, we really prefer the way that Paul Demayo is snapping this shot. Wow, look how much meat he has back there. And I didn't even really sift through and find the best side tricep of his. There's not too many pictures of him out there. But it doesn't really matter. This is an amazing, genetically speaking, an amazing gift of a pose for this man. Just such thick, short limbs. Incredible. Anyway, I could go on and on for another 5 or 6 minutes anyway, but I won't. I'm going to award him the point. And now, at this time, I'll have these two gentlemen turn around and deliver a couple of rear double bicep poses. And surprise, surprise, to me anyway, Barry Demayo is actually going to get a point here in the back shot. I figured for sure that Paul Demayo was just going to take over, or Paul Demayo, I don't know. Anyway, he is losing this. Paul, Barry Demayo has much more detail back there. And for the size of this guy, he has much larger traps and lats, and his tie-ins there to the lower back is much more detailed. Although Paul does have those massive calves, Barry is doing a little bit of a battle there. He has decent calves himself. But anyway, this is a shocker to me. Let's have a look at the next and final back pose, the rear lat spread. And this is a toughie. This is a real toughie. You know I like conditioning, and I definitely appreciate that and reward it with points. And Barry Demayo's lower back is just so crisp that there should be no question I should reward him the point. But then you look at the shape and the muscularity, and Paul is just much better. Look how thick and action Jackson-like he is. Like a gun. You know the rest. And Barry's, it looks goofy. He's leaving too much space back there. It's that off that I think I may go with the less conditioned Paul Demayo. But it's hard to say, ladies and gentlemen. This is a toughie. But at the end of the day, I think I'm going to reward Paul Demayo with this. And it's a close one. So anyway, let's have these two gentlemen turn back around and let's have a look at their most muscular poses. And in terms of the upper body, this is actually debatable. There is a definite argument that says the conditioning of one Barry Demayo is destroying the softer Paul Demayo. But in my opinion, when I look down at the legs, there is just no question the juggernaut Paul Demayo is winning this one. Now, once again, I hate to steal Dorian Yates. It's official. Dorian Yates is the juggernaut. But here at Mark's Max Muscle, we like to call Paul the juggernaut as well. But anyway, let's award him a point. Look at those legs. Wow. Let's award him a point and head into the last final pose, the ab and thigh. Many of you may think I am off my rocker or just plain nuts, but I'm gonna go with Paul Demayo in this one. I actually feel that his massive lats create just as much or more of a V-taper there, and his obliques are really showing and being presentated very good here. Although in the abs alone, I would have to go with Barry. But in the thigh department, there is just no doubt in anyone's mind that this Paul Demayo, thunder thighs, he's definitely winning in that department. So like I said, that just V-taper and thigh is enough for a win in this ab and thigh pose. So here is your winner of this challenge round, Paul Demayo. Paul Demayo will now await the challenge of another. I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. There's one more pose. Here in the front lat spread. And this was a close one in my opinion, but at the end of the day, I think the lat development of Paul Demayo is just enough to edge out a victory in the more conditioned Barry Demayo there. Definitely, Barry, there's an argument to say that he is smoking Paul Demayo in this. But in my opinion, his small little waist and just nice high shoulders goes good with those big flaring lats. Just too much for Barry to handle. So, once again, your winner is Paul Demayo, and he will now await the challenge of another challenge round winner to do battle in the Gladiator Round.